and I recruited my best friend to help. Question number 1. If anti-anxiety meds aren't good for the brain, what's a better way to deal?
So are they always bad for the brain?
Well, no. But anti-anxiety meds like benzos, Xanax, Klonopin, Valium, once you start them, your brain will then need them in order for you to feel normal. So I'm not a fan. I rarely prescribe benzos.
Are there any that are good for the brain? Or not? Are there any that are less harmful?
Well, sometimes I might use anti-seizure meds. They can help lower anxiety. Sometimes I'll use Buspar, but often magnesium and GABA.
Right. GABA really works for me.
Theanine, and we'll try natural things to help with anxiety. At BrainMD, GABA calming, magnesium chewable. As I said, I'm just not a fan of Xanax because once you start it, you're going to have a heck of a time stopping it. Question 2, if you could bullet your top 5 things to do daily for brain health, what would it be? Why don't you pick 3 and I'll do 2?
Okay, so top 5 things. Number 1, exercise for me. I wake up and I know what yours is going to be, but I wake up and I immediately
Did you think I was going to say sex?
Well, that's just a given. I was going to, I didn't think we were going to mention that on our live chat. But anyways, I immediately thank God for 2 or 3 things I'm grateful for.
So gratitude,
exercise, and meditation.
And then I would add food. So important. Your body, including your brain, makes itself new all the time based on the food you eat. So whole food, colorful food, food that's high in fiber, nutrients, and healthy fat. And then for me, I think supplementation is really important. So I make you a shake every day that has Bright Minds powder, Neuro Greens, smart mushrooms. I mean, it's just loaded. So those are.
And my bonus is shut off the news.
Is self-made popcorn a healthy snack?
So here's the problem with popcorn. Even if it's organic, you're going to eat it organic and make it an occasional treat, not a regular thing, because it has the worst fatty acid profile of just about any grain. It's a grain, not a vegetable. It tends to cause inflammation and bloating. Unfortunately, 90% of it is genetically modified, 95% maybe.
Yeah, so we're generally not.
So an occasional treat, make it organic, and just know that you are probably going to bloat up a little bit.
All right, we have to keep going. This is your question. If family members keep you in fear and anxiety, how close do you stay to them?
So boundaries are important. You can love people, you can forgive them, and you can love them from a distance. I love you and I will miss you. My favorite line for people who are not safe.
Another question, this one's for me. Have you ever been to Lebanon? Yes, I have. I actually sponsored an orphan through Christian Children's Fund and got to go visit him. I was really excited.
We played table tennis. I want to go.
Which one of your books would you recommend to a 19-year-old? Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. How about of your books?
Definitely my most recent one. Depending on what the kid's been through, but Relentless Courage of a Scared Child, if they have any kind of trauma.
And my new book coming out in just a couple of weeks. It's perfect for a 19-year-old. Your brain is always listening. Tame the hidden dragons that control your happiness, habits, and hangups. Any plans to open a clinic in Denver? No, but we have a brand new clinic in Dallas, and we're working on a new clinic in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
So we're getting a little more spread out.
This one for you. How do I learn to listen to my gut?
So that can be in 2 ways. You can either be talking about actually for food, so like actually listening to your gut as far as nutrition, or listening to your gut as far as intuition. So they say people who have been through trauma have better intuition. What that really is we have a heightened acuity, like a more acute sense of what's happening around us because it's a survival skill. So whenever I get that spidey sense, I listen to it. Now, I might be wrong, but I listen to it initially because that spidey sense has saved my life way more than once. It's called The Gift of Fear. So one book I strongly recommend, I keep a stack of them to give out to people. The Gift of Fear. It's a great book, especially for young women going to college. Just a fantastic book.
How are you feeling since the vaccine? I feel fine.
Totally fine.
Is OCD curable? And the answer is yes. But at Amen Clinics, we'll scan you first to have a sense what's going on in your brain, and then we will target the treatment specifically to your brain. How to handle recurrent negative thoughts.
So killing the ants. So we actually work on this with our entire family. That's one of the things we've done through the pandemic.
On ants.
Yeah, so killing the ants. So the best thing we can tell you in this short amount of time is start questioning your thoughts. Don't believe every thought you have. Talk back like you did when you were a teenager. And eventually get to the point where you're not only talking back to the thoughts and challenging them, turn it around to its opposite. So
where you bring your attention determines how you feel.
Right.
Whenever you feel sad, mad, nervous, out of control, write down what you're thinking and then just go. Is it true? Carry those 3 words around with you.
And then switch it. So if you have a thought, she's a witch, and you get to the very end of it, and it's like, I'm a witch. Oh, ow. But is that ever true? Can you ever think of a time you were a witch? And it just cracks the thought.
What do you think of EMDR for trauma treatment?
Oh my gosh. Literally life-saving for me. Transformative.
What book have you written to overcome anxiety? And it's just so common. I've written about it in Change Your Brain, Change Your Life, Feel Better Fast, and Make It Last.
Our new show.
But your brain is always listening. There's the anxious drag.
Right. And our new PBS show, which comes out in at the end of this month, at the end of February.
End of February.
The end of February is overcoming anxiety, trauma, depression, and grief.
Does prayer and meditation have the same effect on the brain?
Similar, right?
Very similar effects.
Settles down the emotional brain and fires up the thoughtful part of the brain, the frontal lobes.
Right. How do I push past depression to help myself? You remember what that's like.
Like nothing I have ever experienced. Just horrible. So yeah, that was a journey.
So head to head against antidepressant medication. Exercise. Walk like you're late. 45 minutes, 4 times a week, even if you don't feel like it. Omega-3 fatty acids, especially high in EPA. Learning to kill the ants. So that's the first thing to do. We make something called Happy Saffron. In fact, if you pre-order the book, go to yourbrainisalwayslistening.com. We'll actually give you a free coupon for a bottle of Happy Saffron, which has been shown in 21 randomized controlled trials to help with depression. So exercise, fish oil, not believing every stupid thing you think, Happy Saffron. And then if those things aren't working, get evaluated, because medication can be really helpful.
But going on the wrong medication can ruin your life. And 2 things I wish I had known that I did not know back then: the power of food with your mood. I just didn't know it. And meditation and prayer. I mean, it's just, they're so helpful as well.
How do I stop emotional eating?
Oh, wow. That's more than we're going to do in this one. That's so actually food matters. What you choose to eat can actually help you with your food, but addressing whatever's underneath it. So EMDR for trauma. So actually addressing what's going on.
You're just chronically stressed.
Right.
So
Supplements too.
engaging in a regular meditative, prayerful practice can help. But don't let your blood sugar go low. If you let your blood sugar go low, you're going to start gorging.
Eating more carbs makes you crave more carbs. The more carbs you eat, the more you crave. But you also need to address what's going on underneath all of that.
Okay, 3 minutes. How do I overcome panic attacks? Do this breathing pattern. 3 seconds in, 6 seconds out, twice as long to breathe out. Do that 10 times. Whatever thoughts you have, write it down. Don't leave because you're having a panic attack, because then it will control you. And then certain supplements like GABA calming, theanine, happy saffron can be super helpful. How do you heal from being a daily marijuana smoker? It's stop smoking and then engage in regular brain healthy habits. The other thing you can do, Tana and I have recorded almost 900 Brain Warriors Way podcasts. You can go to brainwarriorswaypodcast.com, start downloading it. It'll really teach you how to be armed, prepared, and aware to win the fight of your life. So
I'm a big advocate of replace, don't erase. So that's a habit that you have. So find a healthy habit to replace it when you feel like you're in that place. So what is a healthier thing you can do? Go for a walk, call a friend, like do something in that moment that you need, that you can do that's going to replace that habit.
Best place to start a month brain detox. Well, the best time to start is now. We actually are not fans of detoxing. We're a fan of always detoxing. Why would you ever put something toxic in your body? But sweat with saunas, that helps detox your body.
Increase your hydration, cut out, sugar and processed foods. So that's the best place to start.
Okay, last question, because we're running out of time. What is your morning ritual?
Oh, I love our morning ritual. I wake up and you make me my almond milk latte. You make me my smoothie. We sit and chat for about 15, 20 minutes before work out and then get started with our day.
I start every day with today is going to be a great day. I end every day with what went well today. And I really spend time. They're not just, answer this question. I really spend time thinking about and meditating to direct my mind. And then as I go through my day, I ask myself, is this good for my brain or bad for it? Talking to you, always good for our brain. Thanks so much.
Have a good day.